One of the main reasons people don't invest is they don't think the short-term sacrifice is worth it for the long-term gain. In this video, I'm going to try and convince you that the short-term sacrifice isn't as bad as you think it is, and the long-term gain is well worth it. The very first thing you need to figure out is a why. Why do you want a lot of money? You need to daydream about your future. Talk to your friends about what you would do if you had $5 million, right? What is it you value in life that makes it worth saving and investing for that future? So for me, the answer is simple. I have never worked a job that I've enjoyed, and I want my time freed up from that 5-day-a-week grind where it just feels like I'm throwing away my life. For other people, it might be they want to spend more time with family, they want to travel the world, they want to buy the VIP pass at Disneyland. It doesn't really matter, but having that vision can go a long way to making the sacrifice worth it. And hey, once you figure out what you value in life, you might find that you don't actually need to be rich. You might enjoy your job, you might be okay with how much free time you have, and you might not need any more time in the future because you have to plan ahead, right? It's not just that you enjoy your job now, but will you still enjoy it in 10 years? So you may be someone that doesn't need to be particularly rich as long as you're comfortable. With all that said though, someone that tells you money can't buy happiness either hasn't thought about it very much or has been hitting the copium way too hard. Now you've figured out why you want to be wealthy, I'm going to try and help you visualize how investing works. I think a really good way of doing this is if you treat it like you're buying a money tree or a money printer. So if you could buy a printer that printed $700 a year for you for free, how much would you spend on that printer? Would you spend $700? Would you spend $50,000, right? Where's that line? Now, the standard return from just investing in an index fund, which is a concept I'll talk about later, but the standard return you can expect without doing any work is about 7%. So for a printer that printed $700 a year for you, it would cost around $10,000. Now, is that worth it? I think it is, but some people might not agree. I would note that you can get a better return than 7% annually, which would, in this example, make the printer cheaper. But the strategies that give you those higher returns generally involve more work. So it's a trade-off between the work you put in and the return you get. The next thing I want to talk about is that you don't have to be investing $200 a week for years and years and years for it to actually be worth it. If you just buy your $10,000 money printer, say it took you 6 months to save 10 grand, I think that's pretty reasonable. Just forget about the money printer, right? You live your life as normal, spending everything you earn, and just have the money printer sitting there. And when it produces money, it automatically buys more printers with that money. That's called compounding returns. Now, in 30 years, you would have over $80,000 just from that original $10,000 you put in. 6 months worth of saving. The point I'm trying to make here is that whatever you put in is getting you that free money printed, right? It depends on how much money you need at the end of it. If you're trying to get to, a $3 million net worth by the time you're 50, then you might have to save a little harder or find investments that give you a higher return. But it doesn't matter whether you have $1 million invested or $1,000 invested. It's always giving you money for free And you don't have to invest the next week or the next month. You can just decide, I've had enough, I'm taking a break, I want to live a little, go on holiday, whatever, but all the time in the background, your money printer is printing money for you for free. So I don't know if I can give you a better example than that. So in summary, first of all, you need a vision of what you want your future to be like to give you a reason to save and invest in the first place. Second, you don't need to invest for a long period of time for it to be worth it. Every dollar you invest will continue to print more money at the same speed, regardless of if you invest more next week or not. Now that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it or learned something useful, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.